On the Friday night edition. We're going to have a great time. Tonight we are live on the WJRG television network and also Facebook Live, YouTube, and Fire Stick, and much more. And also we have my good friend Big Don from Big Don Production. What's up, my brother? God bless you.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
I know you're ready to go at it, boy. And all the way in Maryland, my brother-in-law Larry Pearson. How you feeling tonight, Larry? You feeling all right?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Look like the Knicks gonna take it home.
All right. Oh, yeah, looks like that to be. Every moment moving, his brother is on the sports line. Kendall Tyson, what's up, brother?
Yo,
Kendall?
listen. I'm still staying with San Antonio, but the Knicks look better than anything I've ever seen.
And the legend himself, Bruce Austin. What's up, Bruce? A stone Knick man.
Everything's beautiful, brother. Your volume seems like a little low, Jared.
Oh, my volume is low. Okay. All right. And Anthony McLean, our sports legend. What's up, my brother? God bless.
God bless. Doing well. Doing well.
All right. I got to fix that, Bruce. And the pastor, one of the greatest pastors in the world from Basileia. What's up, Pastor Walter Teague? What's up, my brother?
How's everyone this evening?
Great, great.
All right. I'll see why my volume is low, Bruce. All right, Larry, what you got for me?
We got to start with the New York Knicks. The game the other night was, I never seen nothing like it. Nothing ever like it. I've been watching basketball a long time. I have never seen a game like that. All the lows and the highs, it can take you from going to sleep to, you jumping out the gym, It looked like the Spurs had a great first half. Then they forgot how to play basketball in the second half, But the Knicks, I got to give it to the Knicks. They never gave up. They never gave up. Even when people thought they was down and out, they never gave up. Let's start with Bruce. Bruce, how are your Knicks getting this done?
I tell you, I blame that loss on the Spurs coach. The reason I blame it on the coach because he's up all those points, and he allowed them to play the same game of shooting threes. And everybody know that when you get in the third and fourth quarter, your arms get a little heavy. Plus, you give the other team a better chance to come back because your shot percentage drops if you keep shooting threes, other than going to the hole and burning that clock up. So, I mean, the Knicks caught a break, man. That's all it is. The Knicks caught a break by the Spurs shooting threes for the rest of the game instead of going to more of a patented offense to burn that clock up.
But what about the Knicks' effort? You say they caught a break, but
yeah, but the Knicks did what they had to do to take advantage of the situation. I mean, they caught on fire. The shots that the Spurs was making in the first half, they couldn't make in the second half. So the Knicks caught a break by them playing the game that they did. They did what they had to do. They made their shots, and they came back and won the game.
Okay, Anthony, how did it go to you?
Well, you knew that they weren't going to shoot 68% the second half. That was a given. But the other thing, to me, it reminded me of Game 1 and Game 2 last year in Boston. Both times the Knicks were down 24. They chipped away. This was the case of you live by the three, and San Antonio died by the three. It's in, at some point the players have to take responsibility for that. But to me, that's where the coach says, hey, we're up 30, we're up 20, drive to, one of the things when you asked me, what did San Antonio have to do to win? I said, drive to the hoop. They literally stopped driving to the hoop. They kept settling for the threes. The Knicks kept chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. And they stopped whining about the calls and just went back and played their game. And now they're one win away from ending this. I hope they get it done on Saturday because you don't want to give them any more life. They've been given more than enough of a life to win to have this series tied at 2. So end this thing Saturday night.
Okay, Pastor?
Yeah, Bruce said it, man. They and Ant just said it. They live by the 3, you die by the 3. I mean, you can't have a lead like that and come out and take 8 straight 3-pointers to start the second half and make 1 out of 8 to begin the second half. You can't do that. I said, this reminds me of Boston. When you hit the 3, you blow them out. When you ain't hitting the 3, you get blown out. And it just reminded me of that's just bad team ball. I mean, you're up. Like Bruce said. I mean, Bruce could have stopped it right there. We can go home. Dribble the ball. Run the clock down. I mean, you hoisting threes. You're giving them more opportunities, more shots. You're missing them. You're playing fast. They're getting it down. They're coming down to hit it. You know the Knicks ain't going away. They're not going to give up. They're going to stay in it. This is their MO. But you gave them every opportunity in the world to come back. And they did. They came. This is how it is, though. I heard a lot of people say they went to bed because they thought it was blow up. I told my wife, beginning of the fourth quarter, I went to bed. I said, they're going to lose. And sure enough, they lost. I knew it. The way they were playing. I knew they were going to lose. I knew they were going to lose.
Okay, Kendall?
How about Dan Fox? He got the ball.
You know,
He'll go to the hoop. All he had to do, all Dan Fox had to do, was
Dribble the clock out.
dribble it out. That was it. Done deal. He gonna go to the basket and warm it. He didn't even try to dunk it. He just went to the basket. You know, there was a coach, and you guys know him, Bob Salisbury. Once he had that lead, you ain't getting it. He gonna play that clock. They should have shot the ball at 23 seconds every time, driving to the basket, let the clock run out on them, you know, and they just did not play high IQ basketball. That's that. Greatest comeback in the history of the NBA Finals.
Greatest comeback in the history. Yeah. And De'Aaron Fox probably made the stupidest play in NBA Finals history. He said he thought he could beat him to the basket. So what? You had been up by 3. They foul you. You go to foul line. You're still up by 3. What's the difference?
But the bad part with that is he supposed to be that veteran voice in the locker room to settle them young boys down.
Yeah.
If anybody else would have did it, we'd have said, "Oh, they're young." But he wasn't the one who was supposed to do that.
He's the vet. He was the vet.
He was the vet.
But Bruce, he said he thought he could beat him to the basket. But so what? You would have still been up by 3. You know, it wasn't gonna be up by 4.
Right.
You was gonna be up by 3. Dribble the ball out. You would even if they dribble it out, make a foul. You make 2 foul shots. You still up by 3. Man.
Well, he could have went up by 4 if they would have got fouled on the way up.
Oh, no.
But go ahead, Don. Go ahead, Don.
Well, ain't no more to say, right? Those guys have said it all. I mean, me and Jerry argued about this for about 5 minutes when you guys came on.
Really?
I think it's all said.
Well, I want to say as well, let me add to that. I agree with you guys about the 3-pointers, and I blame them more on the defensive end as well. They gave up defensively. They did not play the defense they played in the first half. They thought they had the game won. They came out 2 lackadaisical, and that's what the coach, like I agree with Don, should have. That was Greg Popovich. He would have had his foot in there behind, because there's no way you're going to come out all lackadaisical and let Jalen Brunson and guys just do what they want to do. Because that reminds me of the Atlanta Falcons and the Patriots when it was up 28-3, and they're going to come back on you in the middle of the third quarter, and the defense give up all them points. I mean, and your team can't even score another field goal, but you give up 20 or 30 points in the second half, and the defense didn't do anything. I got to blame their defense as well, because the defense didn't play it the way they played in that first half. They just totally got too relaxed, and that's where inexperience coming out as well, because it's a 48-minute game, and that's why. I think Larry put up a text up there about the text you put up there, Larry, about another 53 years. I didn't do no texting because I knew the game wasn't over.
I knew it. That was
4 quarters.
Even just the fact of them shooting step. I mean, they shot 6. That was like Villanova and Georgetown in the sense where Villanova just shot crazy, but you knew that they weren't going to shoot 68% in the second half. Me personally, I was more upset about them whining about the calls. Don't worry about the calls. Play your game, and once they calmed, I'm sure Brown just said, "Hey, look, y'all play the game," and that's what and that played into it. It wasn't the thing about when you make a comeback like that. It's never one thing. It's a series of things. It's the shooting. It's the defense. It was a whole bunch of things. And if you know the Knicks MO, you had to know that they weren't going to back down. I mean, if they're doing, like I said, this reminded me so much of the two games in Boston last year where they were down 24 in both instances and came back and won. They literally and figuratively shot themselves out of the game, and there was no reason for that. Absolutely none.
They came out the second half.
Yeah,
They came out the second half like they was behind.
Yeah,
by 20,
like
20 some points.
And game 3,
they was the one behind
to the basket. Game 3, they was Wemby was on the perimeter. Game 4, game 3, they was driving. He was dunking. He went 9 for 25 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean? From outside, he shot a 3, got the rebound back to the shot the 3 again. Go to the basket, bro. You're 7 feet 9. What the heck you doing?
That'd be nice.
And again, they got another blunder. They got another blunder that the coach made. In that last possession, the one that Anunoby tapped it in.
Yeah.
Why was Wemby at the top of the key?
They was trying to keep Jalen Brunson from winning the game. They was double.
Yeah, but they needed him under the basket.
But if he was under the basket, he get the rebound. Game over. And nobody was on OG. OG was in the corner by himself.
That's right.
Bruce,
but hey,
in all your championship run, a lot of you seen, got to have a little luck on your side too, right? When you
a whole lot of luck.
Because even that play,
whole lot of luck, man.
Even that play with OG, I said to myself, out of all the plays in the world, he the one that's going to come in there. He the one that shot the ball in bound. And
you know what? The other thing is.
That was luck.
The other whole lot of luck.
That was a lucky play.
The whole other thing is also without that block of his.
Right.
It's like I said, people can say luck or whatever, and I get that, but again, it's a whole bunch of things. The fact that he went from the baseline and had the presence to follow up on that, because remember he the plate. Everything was right in front of OG. So he saw Brunson take the shot, and he just figured, this was one time where this was one time where they literally and figuratively caught them with their hands outside of the cookie jar, because if you look at the picture, the only person that's even close is OG. That's the only, we'll call it a miracle or whatever, but a lot of that is just
they calling it. I told you God was for the Knicks, and that's what they call the shot, the hand of God.
Yeah, listen. Those are professional athletes. Those are professional athletes, and nobody blocked out.
Right. See, I wouldn't call that tap in luck. I was calling the whole 29-point comeback luck.
Okay.
No.
You know what I mean?
I think it was
that tap was right on. You could see Anunoby setting up for the rebound.
Bruce, that tap to me was like Malcolm Butler. That was one of them plays that you ain't gonna see that often. I mean, the man came out of nowhere. He was the one that shot the ball in bounds. Then he gonna come out of there like so nobody blocked him out, like Kendall said.
That whole 30 seconds, that whole last 30 seconds was all Anunoby.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he had the presence. To hustle back and play defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had the presence. If you watched when Brunson was getting ready to shoot that foul shot, it showed Anunoby setting up, ready to follow up on it.
Right.
And by it coming off, he was already in motion. You know what I mean? And then if you look at them hands, he was up there now.
He was up there.
Harper was up there too, but he just got. Harper said he helped tip it in. Yeah, Harper was the only one there.
Bruce, the
But he said he should have boxed out.
Bruce, the reason I say he had luck on the side, reason I say he had luck on the side a little bit, even though he made the tap. A lot of times them taps don't go in either, too. Now.
Oh yeah, I agree. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They happen to go in at the right time and at the right moment. But a lot of them taps, I see people tap like that,
yeah, but
they don't go in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it went in.
Yeah, I agree.
You put yourself, but he put himself in that position. So you know, that's the great thing.
That's right. He put himself in that position.
I agree. All right, Larry.
And before you go on, let me ask this question before you go on.
Go ahead.
Who put themselves in position as of right now for MVP?
That was the question Jerry just had up, and Obi just did.
That's the question, right?
Man, I'm blind in one. I can't see out the other one.
It's co-MVPs.
Right
Hey, Bruce.
MVPs.
Hey,
What?
Bruce.
Yeah.
He calling you the legend. You just went on legendary status without even knowing what Jerry was putting up. You asked the question before, and he had it up there for you.
Yeah. That's what you call being on the money.
Walking
Jerry,
the
right on the money.
Right
We're going to keep him off of that couch now.
That's right.
I'm going to say the couch for you and Larry. All right, go ahead. Start with you, Ken. Who you got?
I listen. Look, here's the deal. Jalen Brunson is
Go ahead.
Jalen Brunson is a closer, but OG Anunoby to me is MVP, playing both sides of the ball. His defense is making up for his offense. He's shooting 57%. This dude is showing up every single day. This guy is doing the Andre Iguodala on the first Golden State win. You know, he's to me, he's the MVP. But you gotta, if you really want to give it to, you gotta give it to Jalen Brunson, because I'm thinking about that $100 million he sacrificed to get this team together to win a championship. I'm looking at it from the bottom line. The color's green. I never heard anybody say, you know what? Keep $100 million. You say you get that $100 million, you got a Karl Anthony Towns, you got an OG Anunoby, got your boy Bridges, you know, you got your team together, you got your boy, you know, your other Villanova guy, and he's the MVP as far as that's concerned. In this series, offensively, Jalen Brunson. Defensively, OG Anunoby, but offensively, OG Anunoby is better than Jalen Brunson's defense. So OG for me, Jalen Brunson's gonna get it.
Go ahead, Don.
I like the way you broke that down.
Go ahead, Don.
Well, Larry said it best. I like to see two statues out front if they put them out there tomorrow. Yeah. Be both of them guys. But I got to go with Brunson because he's still the leader of that team, and he still take control when he has to. Sure, he missed that shot. Everybody saw what happened. But if I was going to call an MVP, I still got to go with Brunson. Remember, he's the one who really got them there. And he's the one who really did all the sacrifices. So I got to go with Brunson.
Well, Larry.
I got to go, like I said, with co-MVPs all day. Anunoby's been too great on defense. His shooting percentage is almost 60. You know, he taking less shots, making just as many points. And he make key points, not just he make points exactly when they need them. And right now with his defense and the rogues he put on in game 4, you got to give him co-MVP if he shows up in game 5.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Shut the door.
OG, without a doubt. I mean, not only is he playing great offense, I mean, he ain't missing no shots. He's hitting all the threes. Every time they pass the ball to him for 3, he's hitting it. The corner 3, he's hitting it. And he's playing spectacular defense. I think, without a doubt, he is.
Big shot. Go ahead, Bruce.
Man, I tell you something, man. This is, as of right now, this is real tight because at one point we had Cat MVP for how good he was playing. You know what I mean?
But
OG then got his in and Brunson, man. What can you say about Brunson, man? You know what I mean? So like somebody just said, these next games, the next game or two gonna really show it because everybody had their moment out of the big 3, Cat, Brunson, and Anunoby. Everybody had their moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look how much we were pulling for Cat at first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now Anunoby didn't run away with it, man. You know what I mean? By like somebody said, he playing both ends and consistently playing good defense.
What do you think?
It's a nice dilemma to have. I'm gonna go with OG strictly because he's been, even Brunson has had his ups, even with all his scoring and stuff, he's had his ups and downs in the series. But OG's been, I think, the most consistent on both sides of the ball. So you put a gun to my head, I would go with OG and in this one, with the MVP.
I got to
With the
agree
majority. I'm with the majority.
I got to agree with you and Pastor on that one too. And the reason why, on my opinion, is because Jalen Brunson gonna do what he's gonna do. He got the ball in his hand anyway. So him being the point guard and the shooting guard, he's gonna dominate the ball at least 80% on the offensive end. OG is hitting the biggest shots. He had all the big 3-pointers that when they need when San Antonio even tried to run away with the games, whatever, he always hit the big shots. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson didn't help bring him back, but OG on the defensive end, that big block against Fox, that was a big block.
Yes,
The tip in and his defense on Wemby and all that. I got to go with OG right now, man. Yeah. He's not going to get it because you're going to give it to Brunson. Because Brunson is trying to get it. OG is not trying to get it. Jalen Brunson, he wants to be like Michael Jordan, them boys. He wants that MVP bad. So he's going to do whatever it takes to get it. OG just playing his game on a natural level, and if he gets it, he gets it. I don't think he even care about it. But Jalen Brunson,
I think that defense get OG over the hump.
Yeah, man, he's playing total. The thing is, too, with just this conversation, you can see the Knicks have more people to go to. The Spurs, the Knicks if this guy ain't doing it, then this guy's doing it, And to me, what I see in this series, the Spurs don't have a go-to guy. And this is what they were talking about with Wemby. Wemby's a great defensive player. He's got skills, but he's still not polished on the offensive end, where he can just go to. You need a basket to stop this run. Who they going to? They don't have that.
Castle gonna handle that.
Castle, no. Castle is not. He's not. He's sometimey. Castle is not a prolific. Get a ball to Castle and let him pull up and hit a three. No.
Yeah, but the coach.
I'll tell you what. Wemby can do it if you make him go inside. If
Wemby,
they make Wemby go inside, who can stop him?
Right.
Yep. Right.
But he's a bad man, but the coach not playing him right.
Yeah, but he's not that. Look, in that run there, you're just saying, okay, they up 2, they up 1. Wemby, I don't think he made a basket.
He ain't shoot. He ain't go inside either.
Right. But that's him. He got the ball down. Nobody told him not to go in there. He chose not to.
They tell him to go.
He went inside and he got fouled. He missed the free throws.
That's what I mean, Walt, when I said the coach not playing it right. He got no business trying to make his own offense and everything else.
That's why I said game 3.
He's too dominant inside.
Game 3, he started off with 3 slams. 3 slams, game 3, under the post. This what he did. He's outside. It reminds me when Cat played with the Timberwolves. That's just how they played him. Timberwolves stuck him out in the corner. Stuck him out in the corner, and he stayed out the whole series in the corner. He stuck him right out there in the corner. That's just how Tibbs played him when he was with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I just think it's bad. I just think it's bad because they got Fox at the most important position at point guard. Yeah. And they're not using him to take advantage of Wemby's talents. You know what I mean?
And guys,
be trying to get everything himself.
And guys, think about this. They had a chance. A friend of mine was saying who's for San Antonio. They had a chance to sign Chris Paul at the beginning of the year to be sort of like a Yoda influence for the young kids, and they decided not to. How would this series have played out differently with Paul? I mean, granted, I know he's had his ups and downs in the playoffs, but you talk about a team that could use a veteran influence. The series could look a whole lot different. Maybe if a Chris Paul or a Mike Conley, somebody like that, would have been there instead of Fox. I mean, I know it's easy to put it all on Fox now, but after hearing that they had a chance to get Chris Paul, who knows how this series might have gone.
It's really easy to put it on Fox when you got that boy Dylan coming off the bench, Ron Harper's son, out playing him.
Yeah, but Chris Paul would have been good even if he didn't play.
He would,
because he's that veteran. He's more of a leader than Fox is, and he could give Fox some pointers.
Chris Paul
he didn't even have to play. All he had to do was be in the locker room. Chris Paul.
But Bruce, this was what they thought they had with Fox. Fox is all NBA. First team,
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they thought
he's
this
not
is
a
what they
leader.
had.
He's not
I
a
know
leader.
he's not. Right, I agree. But what I'm saying is this is what they thought they had.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
what
I
they
agree.
thought they had, and instead they got another JR.
Right, right.
Let me tell y'all the real story. Chris Paul's a loser. That's why he's not playing today. And no, he will not make a difference because
Chris
he ain't
Paul,
never won nothing when he did
that's
have the
true.
opportunity. And I'm
But
not
he
gonna.
had
And he
bad luck,
probably would have
Don.
been
No,
hurt anyway.
You
He
so
probably would have had a
wrong. His
sore ankle
leadership,
and wouldn't have
his
been playing.
leadership would have
he was
got
Chris
talking
him.
about
Paul,
no, he wouldn't have
no.
won. He wouldn't have played. No, he wasn't gonna play. Just his
Yeah,
mentality.
that's his leadership.
I know Chris Paul never won anything, but Chris Paul is probably one of the best point guards in our generation.
Right,
I
right.
won't say that. I would not
I know
agree
you
So,
with
won't,
that.
but you only going
Every
by
opportunity
winning
he
titles.
had, he
yeah,
just
he's not the best, but he's
I know.
definitely one of them.
I said one. I didn't say the best.
Yeah, right. He's definitely one of them.
One,
No,
definitely.
he's not.
That's why they call him
He's
point
not.
guard. They
Yeah,
call him
yeah, I
point guard.
agree. I agree with that.
I don't
Yeah,
care. He's a
Wait,
loser.
yeah, he's definitely one of the best. He's one of them.
That's why they
listen.
ran him out of town.
Nah.
No, Chris Paul anyway. But listen, they got Harrison Barnes. He didn't get no play in the last 2 games. That's what they got him for. Harrison Barnes. He won the Golden State.
Yeah, he wouldn't have helped them in that game.
No, but even the Spurs one time when they lost to Miami, they had Tracy McGrady on the bench. Okay, he was supposed to be their guy that's supposed to help out. And he didn't play game 6 or 7, and the Spurs lost. So I know what you're saying about Chris Paul. We'll never know. But the Spurs need leadership. But most importantly, what the Spurs need, they need to settle down. And that's what the coach coming at. Because every game, the Spurs was winning every game. Okay? And they need to settle down, and especially in the fourth quarter, and finish the game. Don't win it in the 3 quarters, then lose the fourth quarter. And that's what
Okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference between the Spurs and the Knicks? The Knicks got Brunson for the fourth quarter. The Spurs don't have a go-to guy. In the fourth quarter, they throw the ball to Brunson and say, "Go do your thing." The Knicks don't have the Knicks got Brunson. The Spurs don't have a go-to guy to say, "Here, go get us a bucket." But he's not polished. You just seen Wemby. So 9-25. Come on, man. You just seen him.
Low passer. If he get down low, the Knicks got nobody to deal with him.
If I was a female, I'd be honest. If.
But they got to
that's
go
the whole
guys.
problem. He won't go down there.
He don't go down there.
He just got to get down there. It's just like the last shot. He gonna take a jump shot. I mean, throw an alley hoop or something. Let him go up there and let him foul you. But
why can't it be? Hey Jerry, why can't it be? Because I got to get ready to go, gentlemen, at 6:30. But why can't it be that nobody wants it as much as the Knicks? I mean, just plain and simple. These dudes just want this game. They're showing us something. We are enjoying it. These guys are playing, and I'm still trying to stay on the San Antonio bandwagon. But the Knicks, man, they're one of the best teams I've ever seen. I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy for you Knicks fans. I don't mind anybody just talking bad to me and how good the Knicks are, and you bandwagon staying on the San Antonio Kendall Tyson. I'll be that. But you guys, the Knicks came back with 29 points, man. Them boys did the thing, man. You guys have a great night, gentlemen.
Yes,
Hey, Kendall, are you gonna jump the wagon after they were getting blown out?
I'm giving you guys a whole year to talk bad about me and stuff. I'm gonna find some. I'll bandwagon jump next year. You know, I'm going out with San Antonio.
Kendall, you gotta leave.
It's a good thing.
Okay, go ahead. Kendall, I want the Knicks to win. I'll tell you why. The Spurs got 5 championships in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay? The Knicks haven't won in 53 years, and I think it's time for them to win one.
It's time for them to win.
I said they're going to win. I thought they were going to win, even though the Spurs won the other one. I said I still think the Knicks are going to win the series. I picked the Knicks in 6. I said that.
There's a kid that did his high school yearbook. He said Knicks in 6 in 2026.
I got 17 times, so they can have one.
I saw that, Kendall. I saw that.
Yeah, he graduated from high school like 10 years ago. He said Knicks in 6 in 2026 in his yearbook.
That's right. I saw that.
So San Antonio win the next game and they go to Madison Square Garden. Oh my Lord! All right, gentlemen, I'll talk to you.
Because the president's going to be there next game. That's not going to be a good thing.
Oh no, that's not good for us. You got to keep him out. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Right, Kevin. Have a good one.
Well, you know,
Because Bruce, I want to share this with you, Bruce. I said, God is on the Knicks side, obviously, and he didn't want to see nobody get murdered. If they would have lost game 4 in New York, they would have shot somebody. They was already beating them up when they lost game 3. They were tearing the shirts off.
They
The
might have
Spurs following
shot
the guys
Wemby.
home. If they would have lost game 4, they would have killed somebody.
It was that was
I tell you
terrible.
this.
That was terrible, bro.
I'll tell
That
you
was
this.
terrible, man.
Terrible. That was terrible.
The Knicks need to win in San Antonio because if they win in New York, they're going to kill somebody anyway.
Yeah.
No, they're going back to New York. They're going back to New York.
Kill them if they win it inside.
They're going back to New York. San Antonio's going to win.
That's the only thing I don't like.
I'll
Walt.
tell you, that's the worst
cutting
thing
up,
that happened, man. They're going to turn New York out if the Knicks win it in New York.
Yes, they are.
They're going
That's the only part I don't like about this.
But that's all them big cities like that. Chicago was like
Yeah,
that.
they're all
too,
like
man.
that. Yeah, they burned down there
Philly
too.
was like that, and all them big cities, Washington, but
Except for
You know what?
except
They
for LA
worse
and
than
Boston.
soccer.
all
They
right.
do
They
worse
don't
than
do
that in
that in
soccer.
LA because they don't do that in LA because they already got 17 titles.
Like, go ahead. What you say, Bruce?
I said they do worse than that when they win a soccer championship.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You
Yo,
know,
man,
they
they're crazy.
get real wild with that soccer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So all them big cities, man, you know, because I remember when Michael Jordan was telling the Chicago fans, you know, be good, and that was up 3-0 against Seattle, and they told him to be good, you know, don't tear up the city and all that. They were ready to tear Chicago up. Then
They had to do PSA. They had to do PSAs.
right,
Local
right.
PSAs just for that.
Chicago's probably worse than New York, to be honest.
Yeah, but Jerry, with the
We ain't
Knicks,
seen New York yet, Jerry. We ain't seen New York yet.
Yeah.
with the
It's
Knicks,
going to be the worst.
can you imagine the crowd gonna be out there now that any one of these Nets games, the Knicks can close it out?
Yeah.
So can you imagine the people gonna be out there now?
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think. Look how New York acting
Yeah.
now, and they ain't even won. They already having right.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
already beat
They
up
won in
people.
53 years. They're
That's why I
excited.
tried to call you the other day, Jerry. They were showing what New York was doing.
Yeah.
They already acting crazy, and they ain't even.
Yeah, they for sure.
No, I agree with you because they haven't won anything and they're too excited. They haven't won in 53 years. Think about that. 53 years. We're talking about the Knicks. We ain't talking about no Memphis Grizzlies or
Right.
the Timberwolves. We're talking about you got the Yankees, you got the Mets, you got the Giants, you got the Jets. I mean, the Yankees is right there with the Lakers. They're supposed to be right there with the Lakers and the Celtics, and they haven't won in 53 years. That's why I said they're the only franchise that people remember Charles Smith, Patrick Ewing, you know, missing the layup, and Charles Smith and his thing, and John Starks. The only thing that's going to wipe that out is a championship. That's it for the Knicks. That's it. And they remember Willis Reed coming out, you know, game 7, you know, dragging his leg. That's the Knicks.
I tell you what, them folks gonna be crazy to park their car anywhere in that area.
That's right.
Hey, let's take a quick second here.
Big Dunn Production proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Live Television Showcase, a night of faith, music, and inspiration. Special guest Reverend Hayward Anderson. All this going on Saturday, July 18th, African American Lodge 24, 12 Manila Avenue, Hamden, Connecticut. Doors opening at 5:30. Show starts at 6. Tickets are $20. Call 203-875-0520. Also, this program would be none other than the Heavenly Stars, Rose Boyd, Pastor Ronald Birch, Transparent, Bozzy Lee, DC Smallwood, Saturday, July 18th, African American Lodge 24, 12 Manila Avenue, Hampton, Connecticut. Doors opening at 5:30. Show starts at 6. Tickets are only $20. You can send your cash out to $84 Plymouth, $84 Plymouth. Call 203-875-0520. And this is an event you don't want to miss.
As well, I'll get more details on that. Stacey King, he was with the Chicago Bulls for 3 of their championships. Died at the age of 59 years old. That's young compared to us. That's young. All right, go around the table, Bruce. Give me your thoughts on Stacey King, man. I know he was on the first three-peat, not the second three-peat. I think the first three-peat. What do you think about
I remember Stacey King good because he was a lefty.
Lefty, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember he first came in the league, man. He was tough, man.
All right.
He could be missed. He was doing a lot of good broadcasting for years.
Yeah, for the Bulls, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Go ahead,
He
Larry.
gonna be missed.
Go ahead, Larry. Give me your thoughts on Stacey King.
Stacey King gonna be missed as far as playing basketball, his history there, and in the broadcast booth. He was a really good player. He wasn't a great player, but he's really gonna be missed though.
Go ahead, Don.
You're gonna have to count me out of this one. If he wasn't a superstar, I didn't remember him.
You don't remember Stacey King? No. What about you, Walt? You remember Stacey King?
Yeah, I remember just like Bruce said. I remember he was a lefty, tall, slender lefty. He was very good. Like I said, he's not a superstar, but he was a viable piece, for that team.
Yeah.
He athletic, big guy, left-hander, smooth. Yeah, definitely.
You know what? He reminded me a lot of Carl Anthony Towns, man.
Nah.
Yeah, he was really smooth. He wasn't good as Towns, but really,
he wasn't as good.
Really good, smooth player, and especially a big guy. Because he was like 6'10".
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, he was up there. He was up there about 6'11".
Yeah, I remember, like you said, I remember because he was a lefty.
He's a backup Bill Cartwright sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. Give me your thoughts on Stacey King, man.
I remember him more from his days in Oklahoma, where he was.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Oh, he was tremendous. He was tremendous in college. He had to take a little bit of a back seat, of course, because of what the Bulls had. But good player. Real good role player. And there's probably more of a generation of people know him in Chicago more for his broadcasting days as opposed to his playing days. But hey, he's got the 10 rings, so hey, rest in peace, sir.
Yeah. 59 years old. Anybody know what he passed from? No.
They haven't really said, and I know myself when I hear folks passing so young, you always just automatically think there might have been some sort of some disease or whatever. I don't know if it's me or whatever. We've been seeing a lot of these younger players. We're used to seeing it with football, unfortunately, because of the CTE issues. But you're starting to see that now with the basketball players. It was a guy for the Jazz that passed away. He was like in his 30s and everything. I hope for his sake it wasn't anything bad. But whenever you hear somebody that passes that relatively young, you always think what might have led to it.
Yeah, I think he had some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
He was involved in some stuff. So I don't know if that's what caused his demise, but I know he had some other situations going on.
Wow. Okay. Well, rest in peace, Stacey King, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Listen, I'm going to go around real fast too. I'll start with you, Donald. Now, what does the Spurs got to do to try to win Game 5? They're going at home. They're going home now. They just can't, because they lost 29. They get with a 25-point lead. You just can't throw in the towel either. So what they got to do to try to at least win Game 5?
I'm going to say it again. I say it every time. They got to start getting Wembanyama inside more. Try to work on him being a center and not a guard shooting threes all the time. Nobody could actually stop him inside. I mean, and the coach, when you have a situation like they did in the fourth quarter, stop those guys from shooting 17 threes. Tell everybody to try to work the ball around, work it inside, whatever you got to do. Their defense is pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to blame it on the defense too much because, they weren't going to be able to stop the Knicks when the Knicks got ready to make their run. But I'm just saying that, come up with a game plan. Now, one thing we saw about Larry Brown, he came up with game plans. But things, when he needed to make a few changes, when he put Eldorado in, all that kind of stuff, he came up with some plans. I don't see nothing that the Spurs be coming up with.
Okay, go ahead, Pastor. You the coach. Or what the Spurs got to do to win Game 5? They got to take one.
That's what he said, man. Yeah, they just what Don said, actually. They got to do like they did in Game 3. They got to take the ball to the basket. They can't, rely on that, 3-point outside shot. They play tough defense, but they got to go inside. They can't try to, win the game at 3 points. Boston proved you can't do it. They don't have Steph Curry shooting the threes. They got to take the ball to the basket. That's what they got to do.
Can the coach get Wemby to play inside, though? My question to you. I
mean, I'm sure he's trying, so I don't know if he can. I mean, Wemby has that skill set that he think he can do it. But obviously, if you look at his percentage that he's shooting for this series, he's not shooting that well from the outside. He's most dominant. He's most dominant when he's on the inside, and that's what they're going to have to do to win. And I think that's what they'll do. They can't take that. I don't think they, can take that mindset that they can win from shooting outside, because their best outside shooter is Champagnie. The rest of them are hit or miss. They don't have a knockdown 3-point shooter they can just throw the ball to and say, "Oh, that's going in." Vessel's good too, but I mean, Wemby, he's hit or miss.
So Anthony, a question to you: if Wemby ever win a mismatch, right, and he got a little guy on him, should he take advantage of that now, starting from Game 5 all the way to whatever happens at the end?
Oh, absolutely. And here's the crazy thing. Even in the game that they won, they got outscored in the fourth quarter. They need to win the fourth quarter.
Okay.
They haven't won the fourth. They haven't. I think they've been outscored in all 4 quarters in this series. But I go back to what I was saying before. Like what everybody else has said. Go inside, crash the boards, and finish it off. That the problem with them is that they have not finished off games. They have to win the fourth quarter. I know it sounds simplistic, but they haven't won a fourth quarter this entire series.
Right, and the Knicks lose in the first quarter most of the time, and they win in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Bruce. You give me your opinion.
Yeah, I want to add a little more on to what Anthony said, because that's what I was going to say. But I wouldn't change a thing from what I did the first 3 quarters. I wouldn't change a thing, but I would try to learn what the difference is in that fourth quarter from what I was doing in the first 3. If you notice the first 3 quarters, guys, everybody's shooting jumpers, and they going in. You know what I mean? But once you up 29 points, you got to adjust and say, look, we got to run the time off the clock. You know what I mean? So what they did in the first 3 quarters, I wouldn't change that. But in the fourth quarter, you can't play that same game, especially when you're ahead. You know what I mean? You got to change your whole strategy and run a lot of plays. That's when you're supposed to run your plays, because a lot of times with the flow of the game, the way the game going, you can't really get into your plays. You know what I mean? You got to go with the flow. So when you up like that, that's a good time to go in your playbook and start running the plays that you practice with, instead of shooting all jumpers like you behind 29. You know what I mean?
All right, go ahead, Larry the Father. Now give you a little Larry. All right, what does Spurs got to do to win Game 5? Not the series, just Game 5.
I ain't been little a long time.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Larry.
The first thing they need to do is manage the game. I think they did a very poor job managing the game. They got up by 29 points. Then the coach forgot about resting Wemby, forgot about
He can't rest
a lot
Wemby.
of things.
He can't rest Wemby too much, because that's when they lose.
But when you up by 29 points,
Yeah.
you up by 29 points, he need to get his rest.
Yep.
In the third quarter, he could have got some rest, even in the beginning of the fourth quarter. You don't let the man be out there the whole second half without a break, And when push came to shove down, and he was totally exhausted,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, Larry.
That is one of the biggest things that they messed up on. You got to pace yourself like a race. If you falling behind, if you're ahead, hey, this basketball, call a timeout. Talk to your team, tell them where we at, what we need. You know what I'm saying? None of that happened. So that's what happened. That's why they lost. They ran out of gas and no leadership.
All right, Larry Jr., what the Spurs got to do? I know you're a Knick man, and it might be over tomorrow night, but what do the Spurs got to do to win Game 5?
I don't know. Honestly, I put it on the coach. I'd expect the players to have some knowledge, but what stuck out to me was in the fourth quarter, it was heart and it was basketball awareness, basketball knowledge. Like they turned into an AAU team. They turned into an AAU team once they got the lead. Like they out there having fun, just jacking up threes, not hitting nothing. While the Knicks slowly just pounding and pounding. and coming back, and the Knicks wanted it more, and so many chances like where they could have took some of the time out of the game. They could have held the ball. They could have ran some plays. Even in the end with Fox going up for that layup, he could have dribbled the ball out. 13 seconds left in the game. Dribbled the ball out. Y'all up by 1. But he try and score. Get the shot blocked. Like, they just fell apart. But that's on the coach. I understand they're a young team and whatnot. But Fox like a 9-year veteran. I expected more out of him than that. But you got to blame the coach.
Right.
Never take our time out. Tell them, y'all, slow the ball. Like, we winning. Let's get out of here with the lead. Take the tie the series up. Make it back home.
Yep. And what all you guys said, I totally agree with all y'all. And I still got to blame the coach on the defensive end as well, because if you got a 29-point lead, I don't care if it was a 20-point lead, they had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. You got to tighten up your defense, man. I mean, you got to play. Even if your threes are not falling, you got to play both sides of the ball, not just one side. If your threes not falling, tighten up on defense. They wasn't even there. I mean, you had guys, even with OG coming and making that little tap in. I mean, come on. You can't allow stuff like that to happen in any game.
Hey, Jerry, but Larry made a great point, man. Larry made a great point.
Yeah.
You up 29 in the second half. Give Wemby that rest.
Okay.
You got plenty of time to give him good rest.
Bruce, remember he took him out? When he took him out, he was out for 48 seconds.
Yeah, that's nothing.
48 seconds. Because even the announcer said that ain't even long enough to get a drink of water. And he was right back in. But the good thing about that, 29? Yeah, but that's a good thing about it.
You want to give him some rest. I didn't think of that, Larry, but that's a great point you made.
That's a great point. But Bruce, let's say tomorrow night the Spurs go up again by 15 points, right? 18 points or whatever. I don't care if it's the second, third, fourth quarter. Now, shouldn't they learn the lesson from the other game and what you're going to do? You got to tighten up defensively, right?
Oh, yeah.
They played great defense in game 3. They played great
defense. The Knicks tightened up their defense faster in game 4.
Now, what lost that game, Jerry, that's why they jacked up the threes with a 29 point. That's what lost the game. Because they're missing them. They took no time off the clock. They gave the Knicks more opportunity to shoot the ball. I mean, if they run play, they wouldn't have enough time to come back. 29 points, they wouldn't have enough time to come back.
All right, go ahead, John.
Yeah. When the Knicks got down almost 30, you think they wasn't playing defense? They was trying.
Yeah.
They were down almost 30.
Them threes killed them, man. Them threes
killed them. They made like 14 threes in the first half, Don. All right? They made like 14 threes. They was shooting the lights out. But I'm saying in the second half.
I said the defense part. The defense.
What about the second half?
They was down almost 30 points.
And this was down to every game in the first half, basically. Except
but Jerry, the difference in the second half is when you shoot them threes in the first half, your arms is fresh. In the second half, you've been playing D. Them arms start getting heavy. Them shots ain't as accurate as they are in the first half. Especially when you up all them points. You're not supposed to shoot them. Even if you think you can make them, you're not supposed to shoot them.
And then you got to also factor in the law of averages. They was hitting everything in the first half. You ain't going to hit everything.
Everything. There was no way they was going to sustain that. There's no way.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's 60.
I see what you're trying to say with the defense, but that's really not the case in the fourth quarter.
No, it ain't the defense.
It's really not the case. I mean, they wasn't gonna. They defense. I mean, when the team is hitting threes, you really ain't got no defense for them when they're hitting them. That's what the Spurs show you in the first half. What you gonna do?
And even with all of that, the Spurs had a chance to get the last shot.
Right.
Even with the comeback, even with all of that, they
blew that layup. Oh my God!
They blew the shot. Yeah, you got to. It's about this. This team's got to learn how to win the fourth quarter. I think that's the one common theme that we're seeing here. They just
Can I ask you guys this question though? On that last ball when the Spurs was throwing it in, shouldn't they have Wemby down low for that too?
Exactly.
I mean, they had Castle in there.
I would think so, but if I remember, I think Cat was right on front of
the last play of the game. Cat actually tipped the ball inbound. He tipped it so they couldn't throw those at the end of the game. when the Spurs was taking it after he did the tip, the Spurs taking on the side. They had Cat on the inbound. He tipped the ball. That's why they didn't go all the way to the basket.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't just one. It was a bunch of things. But again, a lot of it is just, to me, if I had to really put it down to one, you know that they weren't going to shoot 68% for the second half. They just didn't. That would be like hitting a grand slam home run for every inning in a 9-inning baseball game. At some point, you have to, you come back down from it, and the Knicks took advantage of it because both teams played. I mean, even though the 100 points, both teams made stops. I mean, how bad would it have been if the Knicks had lost by one after Hart, blew the layup because he didn't know whether he wanted to slam it or do a finger roll.
Right. People forget about that. How huge was that miss? How huge was that miss?
That was
yeah.
If it wasn't for OG, they'd have chased Josh Hart out of town because of that.
You better believe it. OB saved Josh Hart behind.
Yes, he did. He saved a bunch of people. He saved
us behind the first thing of the offseason.
Hart admitted it too. He admitted it when they did the poll.
Oh yeah, he should give him his paycheck for that.
He admitted it.
So Bruce, I like the question again. All right, if the Spurs are up again by 15 or whatever in Game 5, do you think that they learned their lesson?
I think they should have.
I say no because they did it every game so far, so they ain't proved that they learned no lesson. They did it every game.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, you shouldn't have had to learn that. You up that much. You can't shoot them threes like that.
The crazy part is not just that they were shooting threes. They wasn't even good threes. Like, they weren't even good shots. They were just jacking them up. Like I said, it's like an AAU team out there.
Yeah,
like a bunch of 15, 14-year-olds
running down the court. They was just having fun. They wasn't like,
they got cocky.
They was like, they were cocky. They were cocky. They was like, it wasn't the point. Like, said, man, we can tie this thing 2-2, go home. It was like they was having fun. It was like, let's beat them by 50. Let's just keep throwing them up. That's the way they were playing. That's where they
thought
were
there was no way they could lose that game.
Right. Well, I think all of us basically, when it was up by 30, kind of said to ourselves,
not all of us.
No.
Not all of us.
I never said the Knicks was out. And when I put in my text, I said, give Bronson a chance in the third quarter. Remember, you talking half. If you could go up 30,
that's what I said, Don.
It
was too much time left.
The time is the same.
Yeah, too much time left. When
I seen them. I seen them. I could feel it. As they start walking it down, once we got to 12, I said, it's over. We got their heart. We winning this. It's over.
Larry Jr., I'm telling them, when they got to 15, I went to bed. I said, they're going to lose. I knew the Spurs. They got to 15. I'll tell you, my wife will tell you. I said, man, I'm going to bed. They done lost. They jacked up all them threes. They gonna lose. I took
TV off my face.
Nobody thought they had it made just because it was up by 30, almost 30 at half. Nobody thought that.
One thing with that 3-point shot, you ain't never out of the game with that.
Ask Big Larry.
Change the game.
What he checks. Ask Big Larry what he checks. What you text, Larry?
What I text? I said good game.
What did you say?
I said it might be another 53.
What you meant by that then?
53 more minutes.
You know what he was saying. Might be another 53 more years.
Hey, I already know what he did because I had an eyewitness there. She told me. She said he cut the game off, rolled over in the sleep. She said she was still watching, but she knew it wasn't over.
And I told Larry I didn't do any texting because I said to myself, I done seen 4 quarters of. I saw basketball my whole life basically, and I knew the game wasn't over until the 4th quarter, which happened in the 4th quarter. And I'm like you, like when they got to 15, I said to myself, the Knicks coming back.
No, I did. I said 15.
No, I said the same thing. But still, the Spurs had a chance to still win that game.
But it should have never came to that.
Right.
It should have never came to that.
They didn't tighten their defense. Because even OG ran down a Fox. Fox thought he had an easy layup, and OG said, no way.
What they say, you can't never underestimate the heart of a champion.
That's right. But they ain't a champ yet, so you can't say
OG is a champion.
Oh, yeah. OG,
the one that won that game for us.
No, oh, no doubt. No, I thought you meant the Knicks.
So
No,
Larry, you
OG's the
wasn't on
one.
earlier. I asked the
Yeah,
question
we
earlier.
said
You wasn't
OG's
on.
MVP. No, he's definitely.
You wasn't on earlier.
Absolutely.
Larry. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you.
but
I'm gonna ask
but
you this
Jerry,
question.
okay, go ahead.
But-
Okay, go ahead.
So if you had to pick a MVP, who you got right now? Jalen Brunson or OG?
OG.
Yeah.
Why you had OG? Give me your reason. You're a Knick man.
Why I got OG? OG been carrying us this whole series and this whole run we've been on through the playoffs. He been steady and he not looking for a shot. He don't get a lot of shots. He got the highest shooting percentage, the highest 3-point percentage. He up there in rebounds. He got the best player every game. Nobody shutting nobody down, but he doing the best he can to lock him up. And then the hustle plays. Driving on the ground for loose ball.
But you can't say that.
Watching people out, run down blocks. And the winning tip, man. When Jalen Brunson should have passed him the ball because he was wide open for the three, and Jalen Brunson jacked it with two people on him. OG peeked he was going to shoot it, chased it down anyway, got the tip man still for the win. That's smart basketball. You can't.
Jalen Brunson won the Eastern Conference. He won the Eastern Conference MVP, right? Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson won the MVP for the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely, and I felt that was controversy, but he won because of his name, and everybody hyping him up.
So
what do you think about a co-MVP?
I mean, I feel like that's a cop out when you don't want to give it to the real person that deserves it.
I don't think they're gonna give it a co-MVP, Larry. I don't think they're gonna do that.
They've done that before.
They've done it before. I've seen it.
Yeah, but I think what, like I was saying, I think what get OB over the hump is his defense.
Okay.
I mean, Brunson had 36, he had 33.
But that's my pick.
Look at how many shots they took, though. Brunson took twice as many shots.
That make a difference. That make a difference too.
No, and the reason why I pick OG, like I said earlier, Jalen Brunson going to have the ball anyway, because he's the guard and he's going to dominate the ball. So, but OG, he got to get his from, I won't say garbage plays, but they got to pass him the ball, and every time he get the ball, he makes something happen. He hit big 3-pointers.
Yeah. I think with his overall game, I think OG deserve it as of right now.
But Jalen Brunson going to get it. They're going to give it to Jalen Brunson. Watch.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The same way Andrew Iguodala got it because of his defense.
Yeah.
OG doing the same thing, but he also averaging a lot more points than Iguodala was.
That's a big difference. That's right.
Yeah, he's making some big.
I think Steph got robbed in that series, man.
Yeah, I think so too. Bruce Steph should have got it, but they get Iguodala because he played on LeBron.
That's right.
He played on LeBron, right? He played on LeBron. That's why he got it. Yeah. OG's playing great defense. The record they broke was the Lakers record. When Boston came back on the Lakers, they were down 24 points in the finals. They came back and beat the Lakers. That's the record they broke.
Right, and that's how I was playing it down earlier when they blamed the coach. I said Phil Jackson was the coach. All right, and Boston came back and won in LA too. That was in LA.
Yeah.
In LA.
And that's the one that Kareem said we played well enough to win 5 and only won 2.
It was. San Antonio might say the same thing.
Yeah, they could be, Bruce. They could just as well. They could have won 4 games, but they didn't. They only won 1.
That's right.
But they don't have a closer. They need a go-to guy that when they falling apart, they say just throw this ball into whoever and let's get a basket. They don't have one. They don't have that guy.
But you know what I did? You know what I did? What if I was the coach?
And Brunson.
If I was the coach, man, I would have had to put my money on Harper, man. I'd have had to have Harper in there them last minute instead of.
He shot up one of those. He shot an air ball 3-pointer. He was launching them threes up too.
Yeah,
he shot an air ball 3-pointer. I was like, come on,
when he go to the hole, he's tough, man.
Yeah, he is when he goes to the hole. Should have been.
They was bragging on the Spurs guards. Like they're supposed to be the best guards or one of the best guards, the trio or the best backcourt. So even if they lose to the Knicks, which they probably will, if they got to get a veteran guard, you need a guard. You're going because every great team
they got a veteran guard at the point.
He ain't no Jalen Brunson though. He ain't no Jalen Brunson. He ain't no Kobe. He ain't no Michael Jordan. He ain't no.
There ain't too many guys in the league.
Ain't too many of them nowhere.
Right. Ain't too many guys in the league. You can say they are them.
Nah, I think that backcourt of Harper and Castle got a bright future. You gotta let them play together. I get Fox out of there and get a real power forward, another big man, and let them actually learn the game. Because Harper, we know Harper is a beast, but he don't got the experience. He been on the bench all year because Fox in his way.
Okay, so
let him take the role.
So
learn as he go through the season.
Let me ask you a question. If you took SGA and you put him with Wemby, I'm just talking hypothetical. Now, even when the Knicks are making a little run, a guy like him can hit big baskets when you need it. That's the kind of guard that they need. Fox, I said before, he's all right. He's no Dwayne Wade or SGA or Anthony Edwards. They need an all-star, superstar guard to go with Wemby, like a Kobe or somebody. You got to find that guard.
So you think they ought to get Chris Paul out of retirement?
No, I ain't saying about no Chris Paul.
He a free agent.
No Chris Paul.
You know who probably will be a good fit, I think, would be Mike Conley.
Okay.
He washed out. He too old.
He's too old.
It's a young man's game. You got to let Harper develop.
Yeah.
You got to let Harper and Castro develop.
I think he could be a Yoda type for them, though. I think he could be like a Yoda type guy. You know, you need that. There's always good to have a good, veteran influence. One of the most influential players in Kevin Garnett's career was Sam Mitchell, and Sam Mitchell was past his prime, but he did a lot of things for Kevin on and off the court. You need guys like that, especially as good a team as they have. It's always good to have a Yoda type guy there, just to have him, just to let him go through the ropes and everything like that.
It's a different day and age, though. They had Chris Paul there. They let him go. They had Chris Paul there.
With the Spurs. That's what's wrong with the Spurs.
The Spurs did have Chris Paul. What you talking about?
Spurs,
Yeah, they
they did have Chris Paul.
They did have Chris Paul.
They had Chris Paul.
I will tell you who be a good fit for them. He's a little older too. Jimmy Butler.
No.
Jimmy
Butler is terrible when young players.
When you need a big basket, he'll give you that basket that you need.
No. They got enough young guys his side. They don't need Jimmy Butler.
No, they don't need no
They
Butler.
need a good guard. It's not that they can't score. They need somebody who can run the offense.
They got Fox though. They got Fox. You told me
Yeah,
that.
they don't need
Fox is
Jimmy
only
Butler.
27 years old, man.
Yeah, they don't need Jimmy Butler.
You don't need no
Fox is
Butler.
still young. 27.
You gonna get everybody fired, Jerry?
Well, they got Fox, but Jimmy Butler not better than Fox.
No, he don't play position.
They play two total different positions.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler don't play point guard.
They're not a comparison.
I'm gonna give you a point guard or not.
If you brought Jimmy Butler in, he would have to take Council or Champagne's.
And Jimmy Butler can't shoot, so you gonna put Champagne, your best 3-point shooter, on the bench to have Jimmy Butler out there?
Right.
You guys talking about they
on his way out.
3 minutes ago now.
No. Jimmy passes time now, Jerry.
I'm just saying somebody like him.
He's probably gonna get hurt.
I think they need a big man. I think their guards gonna be fine. I think they're gonna have I think they're gonna have one of the most dangerous backcourts in the league with them two. I think they need a big man. They get rid of Fox.
A good forward.
Yeah. A rookie in his second year, they're gonna have a monster backcourt, man.
Yeah,
they need another. They need it.
But they gotta get a chance to play though.
Yeah.
Hey Jerry, you hold on to that couch. Don't let that couch get away.
All right, I got you.
And leave Jimmy Butler in Golden State, man. They don't need him.
He on his way out now, Jerry. He might not
saying
get
somebody like him because Fox is not. When y'all were bragging on Fox earlier, they got a veteran point guard. He the one that's messing up.
Yeah, but
they all messing up. Don't put it all on him.
They need somebody that can give them a bucket.
The Spurs thought that too. See, Fox not that old. Fox what, 27?
He probably about 30.
When Larry was talking about it being a veteran, I never felt like,
Hey, what y'all think about this?
What
y'all think about John Morant going there?
No.
That's the whole team up.
They'd be better off trying to get LaMelo. I know he was on the block for a little bit.
Hey, Jerry, I disagree too. I was just throwing it out there. I disagree too.
I think John Morant be better than Fox.
No, but we're not worried about it.
He tried to take over and be
it's
the
his personality.
It's different, right. The personality is just he is different type of personality. He's a different type of player.
With Castle and Wemby Young and all them, nah.
They need to lead them. All them dudes already play some hot heads anyway. You think they need John Morant to go with that?
Right.
Who's gonna be their leader on that team then? Wemby?
I mean, they want Wemby to be the leader.
I think Wemby will be the leader. I mean, I'm saying these boys are young right now. This year, we all expected them not to really make it this far.
Yeah, I thought it was a year away, man.
Yeah,
I agree. I thought they were a year away, and they made
this and come back next year. They definitely gonna have experience. They're gonna have experience. They come back next year.
Hey, this is one time. This is one time where y'all are 100% right.
One time
when you talk about inexperience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is a perfect example of young and inexperience.
Yeah.
And a young coach too.
Yeah.
And a coach too.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody learning on the run. Coach, everybody.
Next
He
year
might
they
not
have
have his
plenty of
job
experience
next year,
on
though.
Oh, he'll have a job. He'll have a job.
He can have a job.
Oh,
He went to the finals, man.
He got him to the finals.
Yeah, I think they're ahead of schedule.
If they go out and fight,
And the Spurs are a loyal organization. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they're ahead of schedule, man.
They way ahead of schedule.
It's not like they didn't make the play-in tournament. They in the finals. You know?
They're the finals.
But I still think that if OKC was at full strength, I think OKC would have beat them. I thought the Spurs was a year away. So I think Wemby will come back better next year. And I think they'll be better next year. You know, his offense, defense is great, but his offense, has to get better, more polished. And I think it will be. And the Knicks are a good team, man. The Knicks match up good with them. They got that killer instinct. They're hungry, like you just been saying, like 50-something years. They're hungry, and the Spurs are young. This is definitely their year, no doubt.
Yeah, I think OKC had the team with the injuries to beat them, but I think what happened in that series is Wemby took Chad's heart early, and he never recovered.
Yeah, so you got one of their you already got J-Dub out, and then you got the other guy who was out, AJ, and then he stole Chet's heart. So you got SJA trying to beat the whole team because Chet was a no-show. But Cat ain't scared, He playing ball, so it's a whole different series.
Sure is. Yep.
And they can't win without. You see, when Wemby got thrown out the game, Portland beat them.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They need Wemby. It ain't like Cat got in foul trouble the first couple of seconds, but then he had OG and this guy step up. The Spurs can't do that. They can't afford to lose.
That's where the coach panicked and put him back in after 48 seconds.
Yeah, well,
he panicked.
That was a big game for the Spurs, man. They didn't want to go down 3-1. So, I mean,
Yeah, that was a big game. Yeah.
And I just saw Jordan play with the flu. I mean, that was a big game for them. I mean, when sometimes when the game is big, that's when the superstar got to step up. I mean,
I agree.
You got to step up.
I'm trying to correlate the connection to Jordan having the flu with that game.
No, I'm trying to make him play. I'm saying no matter what the situation is, you're the leader of that team, you're going to play. You're going to play. I mean, Bruce said at 48 seconds, well, he got a little rest. The guy's only 22 years old.
Nah, it's not enough. Jordan wasn't 7'6", neither run up and down the court carrying all that weight.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jerry, up 29 points, man, you're supposed to give him good rest. If the game is close, you can say, look, he's 23, leave him out there. But up 29, you got to give him what's necessary.
That's the luxury.
You're not even.
That's the
resting them. It's not even just resting them to be able to finish out that game. You up by 30 points. You want them fresh for the next game.
Right.
Yeah.
Para mí, creo que ese momento fue cuando.
Okay.
Una vez fue cuando entrevistar por primera vez a Derek Jeter, que fue en el año que él se estaba retirando.
You talking to Jerry?
I don't know, but I thought I heard Derek Jeter.
Which one of y'all changed your voice up?
Somebody got somebody.
Somebody back in or something.
Somebody got in on your show.
You got special guests.
They said 7 o'clock. You supposed to be out of here.
Yeah, man. Speaking of, I got to go, bro. I got to go, Jerry.
All
right, John.
Let me go down to prayer. I don't know what's going on. Ain't nothing on my end. I'm sitting there like you guys.
Simplemente hecho de poder entrevistar a quien yo.
All right, let me close down the prayer. Father God, we just thank you for another sports show tonight on this Friday evening. We thank you, Lord, for every viewer that's going to view the show or wants to view the show. We thank you for each and every one that's on the panel tonight, Lord, as we have fun in you. We just thank you for the opportunity that you give us each and every Tuesday and Friday to come together, and we make sure that you get all the glory, because you said if 2 or 3 gather in your name that you're in the midst. So we thank you for being with us tonight, and bless each and every one once again, Lord, for this weekend. And we give you all the glory and all the praise. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. You guys have a
Amen.
good night, man. All right?
Amen.
All
Then
right.
when you come back, you
Great
might be
show.
the Knicks might be champs. And when you
Oh,
come
that's
back,
right. That's right. All right,
be
y'all.
champs, man.